Vance is scheduled to arrive at BNA this evening and then leave once the event is over. More than 2,200 immigrants were detained by ICE agents in East Tennessee on Tuesday, marking a new record. The Knox County Sheriff's Office booked almost 400 immigration detainees in April. That's the most the county jail has seen in the last 6 years. But data going back to 2018 outlines each immigration detainee who's moved through Knox County's system. With the exception of a decline during the COVID pandemic, the monthly intake numbers have stayed steady until the beginning of the new year. In January, the sheriff said ICE was moving more prisoners across the country and using jails like Knox County's. Data from the sheriff's office reveals most of the inmates were spending less than a week there at the jail. Protecting federal immigration agents is at the heart of a new proposal from Senator Marsha Blackburn, and her bill takes aim at Nashville's mayor. Mayor Freddie O'Connell and his office are under federal investigation after agents' names were shared on the Metro website. The list appeared after the mayor signed an executive order to track all ICE interactions in Nashville. The mayor says the names have since been removed and that the city is working on safeguards to make sure that it doesn't happen again. But Blackburn says that publishing the names puts agents at risk of being targeted by gangs like MS-13.
A teenager is in custody after car thefts in both Memphis and Nashville. Brian Watkins is charged with theft of property and vandalism after police say he stole a Ram truck TRX from Memphis on May 9th. Assistant DA Cody Tolbert told the court Watkins' extensive juvenile record warranted a high bond amount. After hearing the state's argument, a judge issued Watkins a bond of $500,000. Watkins also faces a pending charge in Nashville related to a separate car theft involving 4 other suspects.
An East Tennessee Police Department is stepping up patrols in an Oak Ridge neighborhood after 9 people were shot and 1 person was stabbed during a block party. This happened on Memorial Day weekend. Oak Ridge's police chief calls the violence unacceptable and says is deeply affecting the community. Police are now walking through the neighborhood more, as well as their regular walking and driving patrols. They say their goal is to be seen more to try and prevent more violence.
If you are enrolled at the University of Memphis, it's going to cost more to attend classes this fall. The Board of Trustees approved a tuition increase of nearly 5% for in-state students. That will add an additional $264 per semester for an average 15-hour course load. The university says the tuition increase will cover rising operational costs along with new programs and projects. From the WMC Action News 5 newsroom in Memphis, I'm Taylor Tucker.
The Humane Society of Dixon County in Middle Tennessee is searching for the man seen dumping a German Shepherd and then flipping off the dog before driving away. He likely faces a Class A misdemeanor if he's identified and caught. The shelter says the dog was dumped Monday night. Surveillance video recorded the dog being pulled off of the truck and then being left at the side of the building. And then at the very end, you see the man in some of these images giving the dog the finger right there before driving away.
I was very, very upset about it. I was not very happy about the situation to see how he had treated her when not only did he just dump her, but he was not very kind to her when he did dump her as well. When she first came in, she would freeze anytime anyone touched her. She would just stiffen and freeze like she didn't know how to react.
Well, the shelter is at triple capacity, which makes dumping incidents tougher on the animals and the staff. They've now named the German Shepherd Nix. She is not yet available for adoption, but they say that you can help them by volunteering to foster or adopt, spay and neuter your own pet to prevent future dumping situations. Well, that escaped pet zebra that is still on the loose in Rutherford County may look cute, but don't be fooled. Experts say it poses a real danger to drivers and the people who are trying to capture it.
So zebras by nature are actually incredibly dangerous. They also have an incredibly strong kick that can absolutely shatter a lion's skull with one kick.
Well, he's been in charge of all animals with hooves at Nashville Zoo for the last decade and says zebras have a completely different disposition than horses. They can't be domesticated. They're very dangerous. And listen to this, zebras are capable of charging at people at speeds of 45 miles an hour.
You also have to think in mind that this animal is not used to its surroundings. It's going to have a lot of stimuli such as dogs barking, cars, other things that are going to potentially set it off.
He warns anyone who sees the zebra, be really careful. Plus, drivers in the area should be on high alert. Hitting an animal that large with a car can be dangerous. Now, the owner tells us Zeke the zebra disappeared one day after arriving on a trailer from a breeder in Texas. Search crews tell us there have been no confirmed sightings since Saturday. Thanks for watching Tennessee in 10.